It is a new year, and I posted this on social media the other day. Like, I am getting rid of doing things that are just time consuming, and I'm seeing little to no fruit from, no results. It's like, why am I going to keep doing the thing just because they tell me I'm supposed to be doing a thing? For example, posting on all these platforms, posting multiple times a day, trying to get the algorithm to see me. Listen, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And the reason for today's video is like, I am not growing on Instagram. And I came to some realizations about it that I want to share. And I also want to ask for your feedback, your input. If you've experienced this and then you've gotten over the hump, like, please share. But let's talk about this today. Nat B, that is me. Thank you for tuning into today's video. And I have to give a huge thank you to all the new subscribers. I love creating content, and why not talk about it here? If you don't know, I have 3 channels. I have this personal channel here, where you'll also get hair and travel and lifestyle and whatever else I got going on, I'm going to share here. 2, I have my real estate consumer channel, Sold by Nat. And then 3, I have my real estate agent channel, which is Nat Knows Real Estate. So, like in those other videos, I talked about my growth, having a viral video. We're approaching 10,000 subscribers over on that Sold by Nat channel. So, check out those other videos if you haven't seen it. But another area where I'm like, okay, what do we need to do differently is on Instagram for Sold by Nat. But I give the most time and attention to Sold by Nat because, let's be honest, that's my bread and butter. Like, this is what I do for a living, and we have to get fed. So while I love content creation, I'm gonna keep on chucking with real estate. So that's the profile that I'm talking about today. So it's my Soul by Nat Instagram channel. Y'all, I feel like I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and I am not seeing growth. I feel like I post and lose people. Like, how does that work? Please let me know. It's almost to the point where I'm just like, whatever. This is just like my personal account, and I just post to post, and it's whatever. Let me just focus on what I really enjoy, which is YouTube. But then I have these social media profiles, and I hear people saying that they get a lot of business from social media and how it's so this and that. And I'm like, yeah, it's just not my experience. It just feels like I'm just keeping up with whoever is in my circle. And like, those are the people that are commenting for the most part. So that's how I was feeling. But then I was like, all right, what could I do differently to grow my Instagram? Like, I'm the posts are posting. Like last year, especially towards the mid to end, like I was posting like every day, weekday, I should say, at least 4 times a week, different type of content. I'm doing reels. They say do reels. I'm doing reels, posting your stories. I felt like I was doing the things. I like how my page looks, but it's just not doing what I needed to do. And I thought it was because I use a scheduler, not the scheduler within Instagram. It was a third-party scheduler. So I'm like, okay, this new year, I am going to start manually posting because just be real. I have a VA, a virtual assistant that helps me, and she will go ahead and program it for real estate, and she'll go ahead and schedule it. At first, I was using Hootsuite, and then I switched. What was I using? Buffer? Is Buffer a thing? Maybe I started at Buffer, then I went to Hootsuite, and now I'm at Later. So I'm like, maybe it's that. Because I signed up for a course on TikTok, and she was just like, no, you need to be manually posting. So I'm like, could that be why Instagram is like kind of not letting my content be seen? So I'm like, I'm going to stop the third-party scheduler. And I was about to do it, but the hesitation was like, I schedule for a reason. I'm not saying I'm the busiest person in the world, but I don't have time to just sit on social media all day and post. So trying to say now I'm going to fit that in to do it manually, it was so much hesitation. I was like, okay, go ahead and try it for a month, but it was so much hesitation. But before I did that, I went online and I researched. I went on YouTube and I researched, and I put in not growing on Instagram. And I found a lot of videos that were like general growth advice videos. And I'm like, okay, I don't need that. Like, post. And yeah, didn't need that. Then I found a video that was about ghost followers. And I'm like, what the heck is ghost followers? do I have ghost followers? Do I need to figure out how to take off all the ghost followers? And what I got from ghost followers were essentially people that follows you, but they do not engage with your content. So they're just showing your numbers and pretty much taking up space that is affecting you negatively. Then I went on and I looked up shadow ban. Some people say it doesn't exist. Other people say, no, it really is a thing. But I'm like, did I really do something to get shadow banned? I don't think so. And then I stumbled on Modern Millie, which I already followed her, but I stumbled on her content. And one thing, because she shared a couple of things, a couple of gems that I'm going to share with you. The first one was engagement. And it reminded me of what another agent told me. Like, she is like killing it. We took a class together and met her through that. And then, like, her Instagram is like 15,000 plus. She gets a lot of engagement. I was just like, girl, what are you doing? And she shared some gems with me. But you know how you have to, somebody could tell you something and it don't land and you got to hear it again. And you're like, shoot, that's what such and such told me. Like, you need to hear it a few times. So when Modern Millie said it, I was like, that's the advice Lauren told me. So I went back to our communication with the Instagram. I also had some voice messages and listened to her stuff again. And she got on me. She was like, hey, your content looks good, but you don't even respond to the people that leave a comment. Like, you need to start engaging, like start responding back. And I'm like, okay, take that back to where I was like, I don't have time to be on social media all day. So I just got to figure that part out, which I think I have. And I'm going to share with you some tips that I got. But I'm like, okay, engagement. And then engaging with other people's like, I'll heart and keep it moving. But like having to leave comments. So okay, that's one area I know I need to do better with engagement. Next area. She also mentioned reviewing analytics. Now, I mentioned in my previous video that when I analyzed why my video went viral, was it that video? Or maybe it's the video I have coming. One of these videos. I mentioned that what I should have been doing sooner was really reviewing my analytics and doing all these years, which I don't want to skip ahead too much. But so the takeaway there is that you want to be looking at your analytics. I do not suggest you get so encompassed with it that you are checking every few seconds, but periodically you should, just so that you can make more. And I'm reviewing my analytics on my Soul by Nat channel, but my other two channels, I'm not. Why not? Like, I should be applying those same realizations to my personal channel. So I do need to start reviewing analytics. Number 3, another gem I got from Modern Millie, and I was like, that's a thing. You know how you make a video, and let's just say for example, I could say in 2025, the video I watched from her was 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old, but it came up in my search. And what I realized is she does not date her videos, which I was like, that's a gem. That is a gem. So I'm going to share that with you so that you don't date your videos. In the video, I don't think she even said the year. Did she say the year? If she did, I don't know. I don't think she said the year, but definitely her thumbnail did not have a date in it. And the title, it had the current year's date. So what I think she's doing is she'll make the video, she'll put in that year 25, and when 26 comes, she's taking out that 25 and changing it to 26. So I went back to some of my old real estate videos where I did, should I buy a house in 24? I changed the thumbnail to just, should I buy a house now? And then in the title, I changed that to 24 to 25. So that's a gem. Shout out to Modern Millie. I made that observation. So what am I going to do going forward? What am I going to try? And please drop me a comment down below to tell me what you're doing to increase and grow on your social media profiles. In particular, I'm talking about Instagram right now. I'm going to be more intentional with engagement, even though I don't want to be on social media like that. Why don't I want to be on social media like that? You may be asking, and I'm going to share my reasons. Number 1, it is a time suck. Social media is a time suck. And I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's where I'm at in life, where multitasking is, I feel like multitasking is counterproductive. Like, I like to be focused and set and give all my attention to something. When I open social media, I can open social media and say, I'm going to this. It happens every time. Whatever pops up in, I watch that. And then I do that. And then I'm like, all right, well, let me go look and see my comments. Or let me respond to anybody who sent me a message. And there have been times that I have closed the app and then went back to, and I was like, shoot, I got on there to do this. Please drop me a comment if I am not the only one. And it happens so often that I'm like, I don't want to get sucked up in this app. So I don't want to be going on here. a lot because my bird brain is going to take me off into now I'm sending my husband memes and I'm sharing memes with my friends off of what I found entertaining. That was not what I was supposed to be doing, and especially not what I'm supposed to be doing during work hours. Like, do better, friend, sis, me, everybody. Like, do better. Next up is the overconsumption on my mental. Like, I shared in another video, the content creator video, my age. I am 44. I'm a 1980s baby, right? I, in my grown age, have felt that there are periods where I need to disconnect. I don't want to get on the app. I don't want to see nothing else about anybody. Like, I just need to go within. Like, so the overconsumption, there has been a time I can remember one in particular that I already wasn't feeling the best. I'm already not doing great in real estate, or I'm not, doing the business that I want to do. Had a client go left or an interaction go left, and I go on social media and I look at these agents living their real estate best life, and it looks great, and they are just fancy, and they're showing houses in heels, and they are just always at the closing table, and that stuff just wore on me. And I remember feeling like, if I feel like this in my grown age, I feel so sorry for the younger generation and kids that grew up with this as their normal. Like, I know a time, I grew up in a time where there was no social media. So I know what it's like to not have it and to be without it. So I don't rely on it or depend on it. I don't wake up every morning. The first thing I do not go for my phone. Like, my do not disturb stays on until 9. I am getting up between 5 and 6 every day. So I have several hours to where I'm not getting on my phone. And when I do get on my phone, it is for other reasons. I'm either putting on some worship music, watching something motivational, inspirational, worship related to get my day started and get my mind right, get me right before I now go on social media and open myself up to the world to now consume and take in everybody else's thoughts, opinions, and trash, because there is trash on social media is what it is. There is good things on there too, because I see a lot of uplifting things on there, but that's the other reason. And then the last reason, like, there's so many other things to do than just getting on social media, and just, I have things to do. Like, I have a list, things I want to accomplish, goals I want to work on, things to move me forward. Spending my time just scrolling on social media is just not a high priority for me. But I'm going to go back to what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to be more intentional. And now you probably have a better understanding of why I haven't prioritized social media like that, but you get it now. You understand. So I'm that friend that you send me something, and I know my best friend, she sends me things. She knows it's going to be a couple of days before she gets a response, because that's just where I've been. That's just my take on dealing with and handling social media. I'm more of a post and go. I'll get it out there because I know I have to have a presence, a business presence. I know I need to share. But sometimes I think if I didn't have a business, I don't know that I'd be on social media. I would, because I have a personal channel. I probably would be taking breaks, extended breaks from social media if I did not have a business. While I do like the post and go method, it's gotten me where I am, which is I'm not growing. So the definition of insanity is to do the same things and expect different results. So I need to do something different. I also had the thought of, like, do I even need to be here? Like, I took this whole class on TikTok, got on TikTok, doing the things for TikTok, and felt like I was on a darn hamster wheel, posting all these things and all these profiles. And granted, I told you I have help from a VA, so it's not like I'm doing everything manually. But what I do have to do manually, the creating the content and the editing content it takes the most time. So doing those things in addition to business, running a business, family, like, it just feels like too much. I'm like, is it even worth it? Like, do I need to be in all the places? And I've come to the reality, or I've just made the decision that, like, YouTube is my spot. That's what I enjoy. I like it. It probably also helps that it doesn't have that social media type platform. I don't have to be plugged in like that. So YouTube is my jam. So I'm just like, nah, just go back to focusing on YouTube. I'm going to still post on places. I'm going to do YouTube and I'm going to do Instagram. I'll be honest with you. I'll post on TikTok occasionally. I do like that TikTok shows you the people that you don't already know, but I'm going to work with I'm going to work with Instagram for now. And here is my strategy, or here is how I think I'm going to make it work. And I did get this one from Modern Millie. She said when she is doing work, social media wise, she does it from her laptop. I like that. I'm going to do that. So the plan is, and I'll tell you, it's been about a week, maybe two, since I've had these realizations, and I have not been able to consistently do it. And I'll tell you why. Again, I'll share again. I have so many hours to focus work to get things done. I have high priority things that I want to be working on and goals. So incorporating that social media engagement time into my prime work hours hasn't been working. I just came to the realization now that this needs to be a evening thing. I can do it chilling around the family if we're watching TV, which that's more on the weekends, but I have to figure out how to incorporate it during the weekday and just like set my timer and say, all right, and engage and really be intentional. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work from my laptop. I'm going to set a timer and I am going to do it in the evening so I don't feel like it's taking away from high important tasks or the most important tasks like following up with clients, like, writing my book, which I'm working on my second book. So those type of goals. I don't want it to take away from those type of goals. So that's my plan. Please tell me what your plan is, how you keep it going without feeling like it's a time suck and like you're on social media all the time. And while I'm here, I'm going to shout out to my friend again. I gave her a shout out in my past hair video. Shout out to Zavi B with Ice Cream Conversations. Her job is online. She has to be in this space and in this space all the time. So kudos to her for her to be able to do that. So if she could do this all day, every day, I should be able to figure out how to do it for at least 30 minutes in the evening. And let me be real intentional and put a time frame to it. Let me do this is a month enough? I was going to say 3 months. I'm like, gosh, 3 months. I'm going to do 30 days. I'm going to try this for 30 days and we're going to see how it improves. I think that's fair. What's your thoughts? So please share. Let me know how you are doing on social media. Like, question one, which social media platform or platforms are your jam? Like, which ones are you really go hard on? You really see if you're a business or you just see growth on those platforms. That's one. Two, have you ever been in a place like this where you're doing the work, but you're not seeing the results or the fruit from it? Please share that. And three, what did you do? Did you just accept it for what it was, or did you make changes? And if you made changes, how did it work? So those are my 3 questions for you. Please drop me a comment down below. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're enjoying this kind of content. Have a positive, peaceful, and productive day. Check out my next video.